So the main reason that I make my bed directly after waking up is that my bedroom is also the place where I do my work. Like for example, I'm recording YouTube videos, or I'm writing an ebook, or I'm doing something else, right? And I found that when I didn't make my bed, I was kind of getting distracted by the fucking blankets or the pillow just laying on the floor, and it just looks like sloppy and filthy and stuff like that. I don't want it in my vicinity. Like personally, I want it as clean as possible in my work environment, so I can focus all my mental energy on the task at hand instead of having to worry about some other stuff that I didn't like fix beforehand. So that's what I do. So I actually used to have a 30-minute plus morning routine that I did every single morning after waking up. I used to make my bed, I used to have a cold shower, I used to do my prayer, I used to do meditation, I used to get out on the fucking porch and get sunlight. But over time I found myself just removing parts of it because I found that I just wanted to work immediately when I woke up. Like I didn't want to have to do this fucking 5-step morning routine every single morning before I got to work. So what I essentially did was that I took my morning routine and dissected it and took all the individual parts and tossed them to another time in my day. Like for example, I'll do some meditation in the evening, or I'll still make my bed in the morning, right? But for example, my cold shower, I do my cold shower after I've just like completed the work session, right? I get sunlight when I'm outside. So now I just get up, work immediately, and then I can do the other parts throughout the day. If I can, I will always basically try to just stack sunlight, like getting sunlight, being outside and getting sunlight on top of another activity, because there are a bunch of health benefits for getting a lot of sunlight, like for example testosterone and growth hormone, and just like how energized you are, like a bunch of them, right? Because it's so fundamental to the human like body. And I just feel much more energized when I'm outside and like just absorbing sunlight instead of like staring into my fucking computer screen on my room like all the fucking time. So I'm actually trying keto right now, which is kind of a diet where you eat a low amount of carbs but a high amount of fat and protein, right? And the main reason that I do this is not for like fat loss or stuff like that, although that is nice. That's not what I'm doing, and I'm not like losing any fat like basically at all, right? So instead I do it for having a sharp as fuck brain, right? Because when I ate like a bunch of oatmeal and pasta and stuff like that, it was so much harder to actually sit down and do the work. Like if I ate 5 meals or like 5 oatmeals, like bowls of oatmeal, it's so hard. I'm so sluggish. It's so hard to actually concentrate. And when I'm on keto, I just feel so much more like energized and sharper overall. So it's a very amazing experience, you know. But the thing is that I actually don't get a huge amount of fat, like animal fats, into my diet, right? Because I try to avoid the kind of the vegetable oils, the vegetable fats basically, because it's just fucking poison. It's hyper processed. So what I do often is that I'll just grab like a bag of fucking coconut flakes and I'll pour them up in a little bowl, right? And I'll eat them like that, because coconut is basically all fat, but it's very natural. It's non-processed. There's no there's no garbage in it, right? So, and that's a little tip you can utilize if you want to. I don't think I'll be able to explain all in one video. I'll probably make multiple videos, but at the very base of this, creating businesses for the sake of making money and doing everything for the sake of making money and buying things makes you a weak person. So my favorite creators to watch are probably Alex Ramosi, Hamza, I would say Alex Becker, probably Andrew Huberman as well, and probably Andrew Tate as well. I find that those 5 have given me the most value in the last at least like 6 months. Like, I'm not really a fan of watching like hundreds of different, like having 100 people in your subscriber list on YouTube, or just clicking on a normal like finance guru video, like how to make $500 a day or some bullshit, right? I like to stick to a few creators that I can study extensively, right? And for me, that's basically like Hormozi, Hamza, Huberman, Tate, and Alex Becker. So my favorite carb source by far is potatoes, right? Instead of eating the fucking pasta, the oats, what else, like the fucking normal like sugary stuff, the rice, the stuff like that, right? I tend to stick to potatoes because they're just a lot more natural, right? And there is not really the same kind of thing as oats or wheat and stuff like that, right? Because they basically just pick them from the fucking ground and eat them. Like, they boil, like, you probably boil potatoes or some shit, right? But there's not a lot of like huge processing elements as there is in with flour, like bread and pasta. Most carb stuff, it's extremely processed because the human body is not really designed to eat natural carbs. Like, we wouldn't just go to a field and eat some like a stick of wheat, right? Of course not. So I try to stick to potatoes as much as possible. I actually don't listen to a normal music like most people do. I listen to instrumental music, right? With no vocals, with no words, like with no guy screaming in your fucking ear. Like, I don't like listen to the normal like fucking gay ass. I don't know if it's gay, but it's certainly disgusting. Like the rap, the hip hop, the stuff like that, right? Because they're basically singing about being much better than me, right? And fucking all the women, or making all the money, or like something like that, right? And they're basically telling me that they are better than me, or that they are dominating me, which is just cuck behavior. Like, it's borderline pornography, man. So fuck that. I just find it super fucking weird how you can have a guy just screaming in your fucking ear how much better he is than you. So I would take a hard stance against normal like disgusting rap hip hop music, right? The music that I do listen to, however, is lo-fi, and primarily lo-fi, but also, like, if you can imagine video games or like movie music, because they're most often instrumental, and I really liked it, to be honest. Like, for example, the Minecraft music. I know it kind of probably seems like corny or some shit, but like, I absolutely love listening to the Minecraft music when I'm doing my deep work. And then when I'm in the gym, I'll listen to, for example, the Mission Impossible soundtrack, which is fucking amazing, man.